Hey guys, I'm meteorologist Chris Tomer. Let's talk some mountain weather and an outstanding week ahead for a widespread number of ski resorts. And it starts with what's happening up in the Pacific Northwest with this atmospheric river that's just absolutely pounding the Pacific Northwest and will eventually hit the high Sierra of California very hard. This is Mount Bachelor right here, 31 inches in about 48 to 72 hours. I think they add another 1 to 2 feet to this because the snow's going to linger into Monday and probably Tuesday for a lot of the Pacific Northwest. And then what's happening in Bachelor is going to slide south and become quite a situation in California for the high Sierra. So let's look at the setup here, a little orientation with the satellite view over the Pacific. I've marked the storm track in yellow. That is what's basically like a fire hose, bringing all that moisture and just slamming it up against the higher terrain along the west coast from the Cascades all the way down and will eventually into the Sierra. And everything's kind of rotating around that big area of low pressure that's up in the Gulf of Alaska. So it's sending these impulses of energy into the west coast, helping to kind of energize all of this and give us this atmospheric river. And then all of this will eventually break loose and will snow hard over parts of the Intermountain West, Idaho and Utah, Colorado, Wyoming. So let's take a look at the future position of some of this precip. So this is the GFS American Model Interpretation. Let me take you into Monday morning here. And you can kind of see what's going on in blue. You've got heavy snow, Oregon, and just starting to set up there. Heavy snow in Shasta, down through Tahoe, and reaching Mammoth by Monday. The big days are going to be Monday and Tuesday, and the high Sierra for just incredible amounts of accumulation. It's still snowing up in Washington State as well. We've got blow-off snow with some of the best conditions so far this season in Schweitzer, up into Whitefish, and Sun Valley is going to get nailed with all this as well. Let me take you into Tuesday morning here, and snowing very hard in the Sierra. And then eventually this storm during the day on the 14th will break loose and move a lot of moisture into the interior. So this is Tuesday night, snowing very hard up in the Idaho, now snowing hard in the Tetons. This is Wednesday morning, snowing incredibly hard between Tuesday and Wednesday in Utah's Wasatch and also down at Bryan Head, so southern Utah. And then a lot of that snow reaches Colorado late Tuesday into Wednesday morning with wind and snow there. This is Wednesday morning. Snow, I think it looks to me like it's going to be heaviest across the western slope ski areas of Colorado. So Aspen, Snowmass, Crested Butte down into Telluride, Silverton, Purgatory, and Wolf Creek. Still snowing hard on Wednesday morning in the Tetons, and then everything gets lighter during the day as the low moves away. But look what's coming on the heels of this, a second low. It's not as big, but it's sliding down through the Pacific Northwest into the high Sierra of California again. This time probably another 6 to 12 for Tahoe down to Mammoth. But when it moves into the interior, it kind of falls apart. This is Friday morning right here. So between Thursday and Friday, it moves some snow into Utah, the Tetons, and into Colorado. But we're talking like 1 to 3 inches, 1 to 4 out of this. This is Friday morning, and then all of that clears, and the weekend looks pretty dry for the Intermountain West. So keeping all that in mind, here are my forecast totals, and this is basically today all the way through the end of the week. So these are going to be grand totals. Look at the numbers in California, 50 to 90 inches, and I've got a snow plume, my snow plume coming up from Mammoth. I'll show you in a second. Look at the Pacific Northwest, 2 feet basically for all those areas. 1 to 2 feet interior BC, 6 to 10 through Sunshine Village, Marmot Basin, western Alberta. Schweitzer, again, Whitefish. If you can ski them today, tomorrow, some of the best conditions so far this season. Sun Valley is going to do well, 1 to 2 feet generally. As this storm breaks loose, moves into the interior Tuesday, Wednesday, all these places get nailed. Jackson Hole, Grand Targhee, the Tetons, the Wasatch down to Bryan Head. About a foot for the western slope ski areas of Colorado, less Vail into Summit County, less up at Loveland, a basin looking at probably 6 to 10, maybe 6 to 12 for those areas. All right, so let's look at my snow plume from Mammoth. You get an idea how this 90 inches could accumulate over time. So again, this atmospheric river delivers. I mean, we're going to put down probably 70 to 80 inches out of just from this river, and then we add another 6 to 12 to that with that secondary storm on the 15th and 16th, and that's how we get to those potential grand totals of 90 inches. It's yet to be seen. We'll see how this plays out. It's going to take, just the right amount of wind, the right velocity, the right vector, everything for this to happen. But it's always incredible when these things happen. If you can pre-position and be there before all the closures happen on the roads, I'm sure they're going to have lift closures, but if you're there in position when everything reopens, it should be pretty incredible. So always appreciate you guys tuning in here. Have a great day.